Welcome everybody to Forza Horizon 3, and today we're taking a look at the 2016 Vauxhall Corsa VXR. And yeah, this is somewhat different to the standard Corsa, which is also sold under the Opel name. And yeah, this is a Corsa E generation, which has been in production since 2014, and the Corsa name itself has been around since 1982. And yeah, styling wise, this car has a more aggressive body kit to the standard version. It's also got a small scoop in the hood, a big roof spoiler, and twin pipe exhausts at the back with a diffuser. And it's also got Recaro seats in the actual car itself. But performance-wise, this is a lot different to the standard car outside of style. It's got a different sporty chassis, which has a something called a frequency selective dampening, which is FSD for short, which enables the damping forces to adapt to the frequency of the car to balance it between sporty ride and a comfy ride. The suspension is also 10mm lower, and it's got more responsive steering and bigger brakes and bigger wheels. So yeah, this is a big overhaul to the standard version of the car, and the most notable difference is under the bonnet, which we'll take a look at now. So it's got a 1.6 litre turbocharged inline-4 engine, and it produces 202 horsepower and 206 pounds-feet of torque, which is a hefty amount for a car that has which only weighs 2,851 pounds. So really rather powerful and really rather quite light. And since it's based on a normal Corsa, it's still really rather practical inside and out. So yeah, it's got a nice interior. It's all yeah, all looks quality, and nice seats, and yeah, really rather nice dashboard, nice dials, and yeah, it's got everything there you could expect for a small car like this. And like I said, it's also practical inside, nice rear seats, and nice sizable boot, which obviously with the rear seats folded down gets a lot bigger. So yeah, this is everything I like about a hot hatchback. No, it's not as powerful as some of the most powerful hot hatchbacks out of there. I mean, it's more than 100 horsepower down on the Honda Civic Type R, and more like 148 horsepower down on the Ford Focus RS. But this is more of what I like out of a hot hatch. Not massively different to a standard version, because obviously the Ford Focus RS has all-wheel drive and the standard version only has front-wheel drive, and a hell of a lot more power as well over the standard version. But this has a reasonable amount of extra horsepower, but is also different styling and different enough in terms of what it can do handling wise, but not so far removed from the standard version that it's unrecognisable. And yeah, that's why I really like this car. But it also drives really well, so let's take it out there and see what it can do. Alright, let's see what this Corsa can do. So yeah, I really like the engine in this car. It's got a nice healthy amount of torque right the way through the rev range, and it actually sounds really good as well, which is not something I normally say of turbocharged inline-4 engines, because like I said in the review of my Civic Type R and even the Ford Focus RS, which I mentioned at the same time, those engines aren't all that good in terms of engine noise. But this, it's got a really nice raspy roar to it, especially towards the top end at more than 6,000 RPM. See what I mean? I really like the noise of it. So yeah, it's also a really good handling car as well. You can really feel all the stuff underneath this car working well to keep it in check. There's really not all that much understeer on the car at all, which, considering it's dealing with quite a hefty amount of power, is yeah, really good to see. Obviously there's a little bit of hint of it, which is to be expected. I mean, you're doing with a front wheel drive, front engine car, but it's nowhere near as bad as previous VXRs. I mean, if you've ever seen that Top Gear review of the Astra VXR from several years ago on Top Gear, which had like 250 horsepower, it could not handle that power going through those front wheels, and there's nowhere near as bad on this vehicle. And acceleration wise, it's pretty good as well. 0 to 60, 6.516 seconds, sorry, and 0 to 117 seconds, and it will go to a top speed of 142 miles an hour, which isn't all that shabby. And considering how much this car's down on power compared to a Civic Type R, it's only a little over a second slower than that vehicle to 60, which, you know, it's got more than 100 horsepower less than that Civic Type R. It's fairly impressive, and obviously that's somewhat down to the fact it weighs not all that much for a modern day car, which is always good to see, because obviously weight kills acceleration, it kills economy, it kills it handling, it kills everything. So yeah, really glad to see that they've kept the weight as low as they have, which all makes for a really nice car to drive. No, it's not the fastest hot hatchback you'll find in the world, or even on this game, but considering the kind of class that this is in, it's certainly not going to be trying to compete with the likes of the Focus RS and the Civic Type R. It's obviously a lot cheaper than those vehicles, but compare it to the kind of Renault Clios and the you know, Vauxhall GTIs, etc., which, yeah, granted do have more power than these vehicles, or at least the GTI does. It weighs so much less than those cars that it just comes across as more fun. It's a lot more chuckable into the corners. It's a lot more, you know, just, you know, more friendly to drive than cars that weigh way more than it and have more power at the same time. So yeah, it's a real treat of a vehicle to drive, and yeah, really enjoy it. It's a nice lightweight car with a nice sounding engine, and because it's based on a normal Corsa, it's no harder to drive than a normal one, because obviously it's got better handling than the normal one, but it's also got more power as well, so it's more fun to drive, and more powerful than a normal one. And yeah, as a result, it's a cracking hot hatchback. And yeah, really pleased to put it in the game as well, because it's been a long time since we've had a new VXR on a Forza game. And yeah, this is up there with the best of them, even though I've never been a massive fan of VXRs before. This one's, yeah, not just one of the best Vauxhall hot hatchbacks, but one of the best hot hatchbacks, period. And yeah, it's a cracking car, and hopefully we might see more modern hot hatchbacks in this game, because there's plenty more out there. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.